Hey guys, it's Kerry. These are some more of my new sea animals. They are made by Colorata and they're called deep sea creatures premium. Many types of aquatic animals are commonly referred to as fish, and they are not fish. Some examples would be shellfish, cuttlefish, starfish, crayfish and jellyfish. Please subscribe and turn on notifications. Axolotl, they have the unique ability to regenerate or regrow injured or missing limbs and some other body parts as well. They are a type of salamander and are amphibians that spend their whole lives underwater. I love their smiling mouth. Basking shark. It is the second largest fish in the world, second only to the whale shark. They can grow to 15 meters in length. The body coloration is blackish, the snout is pointed, and the mouth is large and located on the undersurface of the head. There are 5 large collar-like gill slits extending onto the top and bottom surfaces of the shark. Pufferfish have tough, usually prickly skins. The spiny puffer has long spines all over its body. When it inflates, the spines stick out like porcupine quills. Pufferfish have fused or joined teeth that form a beak-like snout. They hunt food at night. Blue sea dragon feeds on venomous creatures such as the blue-ringed octopus. It consumes its prey with a set of sharp serrated teeth. Giant cuttlefish is the world's largest cuttlefish species, growing to 50 centimeters in mantle length and up to 1 meter in total length. Like all cuttlefish species, the giant cuttlefish has 8 arms and 2 feeding tentacles, as well as blue blood and 3 hearts. I'm looking for some squid in here. This is a vampire squid. A squid has large eyes, usually on the side of its head. 2 of a squid's 10 arms are longer than the others. Suckers on the long arms help the squid catch fish and shellfish to eat. Squid can be fast swimmers or they can just drift along. Giant squid and some other large squid species maintain neutral buoyancy in seawater through an ammonium chloride solution which is found throughout their bodies and is lighter than seawater. Like other cephalopoda, squid are intelligent animals. Squids have a head-like structure with sense organs and brains in the front end. Although the squids lack exterior shells, they have a vestigial shell inside, made of chitin, which is spelled chitin. Often the male will die a short time after mating, and the female will die once she has released her eggs. Because of this, squids usually only lay eggs once. They do not live very long. Most of them live for only 1 or 2 years. All squid have a mouth with a radula and jet propulsion with the siphon from the mantle. The radula is a scraping organ in the mouth that scrapes nutrients from food sources. Reef squid is a genus of pencil squid. They are easily recognizable by their large rounded fins that extend along almost the entire length of their mantles. Vampire squid does not have ink. The tips of its tentacles emit a cloud of bioluminescent sticky mucus that glows for up to 10 minutes. Plenty of time for the squid to escape a predator. Vampire squid are cephalopods. They're about the shape, size and colour of a football. It is the only living cephalopod species that doesn't eat live prey. Even though they are not a true squid, they are able to regenerate an arm if it gets broken. These belong to the animals from the blue colorata. Box. I'll show you at the end how you put them all together. Japanese spider crab. It is the world's largest living crab. It has a massive leg span, up to 3.8 meters from claw to claw. Hewan-hewan crab is a Japanese crab that is blind and lives in deep water. Galatea-eyed crab, sometimes known as squat lobster. They feast on wood that has sunk to the ocean floor. Hermit crab. They are omnivorous scavengers, eating microscopic mussels and clams, bits of dead animals and macroalgae. Their abdomens are twisted to fit inside the spiral cavity of snail shells in which they make their homes. Dungeness crab. Their claws are distinguished by serrated teeth along the claw with light-coloured hooks at the tip of the claw. Dungeness crabs use eye stalks. King crab. During their first few years of life, they molt their shell numerous times, reaching sexual maturity at around the age of 4 or 5. Only adult females must later molt to reproduce. Blue crab. They are predaceous and scavenge for food. They have been known to eat other crustaceans, including their own species. Sally Lightfoot crab is called this due to their ability to climb vertical slopes with exceptional agility. They are also nearly impossible to catch due to their incredible speed and quick responsiveness. The last two in my box is the nautilus and flapjack octopus. It moves through the water by pulsating its body and contracting its unique webbed arms, looking like a jelly. When it floats, it looks like an umbrella. In all its shapes, the flapjack octopus is cute. Giant isopod grows up to about 40 centimeters. This is much bigger than its terrestrial relative, the pillbug, which is less than an inch or 2.5 centimeters in length. The giant isopod roams the deep sea floor, feasting on fish carcasses and other debris that falls from above. Nautilus. This is the one from the blue box, the Colorata collection. The tentacles of a nautilus have no suckers or hooks, but hold prey with a sticky secretion. A nautilus can live for more than 20 years, a very long time compared to other cephalopods. To control its buoyancy, a nautilus pumps fluids in and out of its shell chambers, which are connected by a tube called a siphuncle. The nautilus is the only cephalopod with an external shell. Much like zebras, nautiluses can be individually identified based on their striped shell patterns. Their stripes are fixed, but they stretch out as they grow. Koi fish. They are cold water fish, and their ability to survive and adapt to many climates and water conditions allowed the domesticated species to be propagated. Salmon. After living in the sea, salmon travel a long distance home to return to the river in which they were born to spawn. Largemouth bass. Except for humans, adult largemouth bass are the top predators in the aquatic ecosystem. Frogfish. They have extremely flexible stomachs which allow them to swallow prey up to twice their own size. They are able to mimic their surroundings in both form and colour, which makes them masters of camouflage. Moray eel. They are renowned for their ability to strike at lightning fast speed at night. Their favourite choice of prey is usually weakened or dead. Moray eels don't have bony gill covers on their sides. Instead, they use their mouths to orally pump water through the two circular openings they have behind their head. They have a hidden set of internal jaws too, called the pharyngeal jaw. Orcas in the wild, they are quite playful and may be seen approaching and bumping the side of boats. Great white shark is the world's largest known extant macropredatory fish and is one of the primary predators of marine mammals. Goblin shark can protrude their jaw anywhere from 2 to 9 times further than any other species. Blue whale. They have the largest penis size on Earth. An erect blue whale penis is 30 centimetres in diameter and 3 metres in length. It is fibroelastic like those of the blue whale's artiodactyl relatives. The retracted penis curves in an S-shaped loop and stays inside the body. It only comes out when it's needed. When erect, it peeks out of the genital slit. Blue whales also have a distal spiral valve as a spermatic tube. Cetaceans do not have scrotums like terrestrial mammalian males do. Mammalian scrotums lower ambient temperatures to keep sperm viable. This happens by blood in the veins goes through the fins and the fluke and loses heat. When that blood is sent directly to the testes, the sperm are cooled below body temperature and remain viable. The females have a long vulva with 2 nipples on each side to nourish newborns. Anglerfish. They are bony fish, named for their characteristic mode of predation in which a modified luminescent fin acts as a lure for other fish. Coelacanths. They are nocturnal piscivores that feed mainly on benthic smaller fish and various cephalopods. They are passive drift feeders. Angel shark. Their unique features are the rounded tip of the nose, the 7 gills instead of 5, and only 1 dorsal fin. Anomalocaris. They are extinct. They are distantly related to modern-day arthropods, including crabs and lobsters. Cretoxyrhina was one of the largest sharks and a formidable predator in the late Cretaceous seas. Crocodile. They eat mainly fish, turtles, birds, and other small animals. They capture water animals in their jaws with a sideways motion. They seize land animals by the feet and drag them towards the water. After crocodiles mate, the female lays eggs. Some types can lay up to more than 100 eggs. Humpback calf. Ichthyosaurus. They used their fins for swimming. They lived in the sea and were incapable of returning to land. Their tails had a large crescent-shaped fin. Liopleurodon was a large species of pliosaur. It was an apex predator in the Upper Jurassic seas around 160 to 155 million years ago. It grew to about 6.5 meters and it was a relative of Pliosaurus and Kronosaurus. Lobster. They have 2 big claws and 8 walking legs. Megalodon ruled the seas from about 17 million years ago up to almost 3 million years ago. This colossal predator reached lengths of up to 20 meters. The only marine animal ever to outweigh the massive megalodon is the blue whale, which weighs up to 200 tons, which would be just more than double the size of megalodon. Its jaws could open wide enough to swallow 2 adults standing side by side. Blue-ringed octopus. They are usually nocturnal, emerging at night to hunt crustaceans and small fish. The brightly coloured rings are a warning to would-be predators. Blue sea dragon swallows air bubbles that allow it to float on the ocean surface upside down. So the interesting blue and white colour is actually the bottom side of the blue dragon. Seahorse. They come in many colours, varying from grey, orange, brown, yellow, red and black. Shrimp. They will eat algae, dead and living plants, worms, fish, snails and other dead shrimp. Cuttlefish. Coelursuchus. Basilosaurus. Basilisk. Octopus baby. Sea star. Kronosaurus. Mosasaurus. Emperor penguin and chick. Horseshoe crab. Orthoceras. Belemnite. Trilobite. Zephactinus. Helicoprion. Sea elephant. Manatee. Sea lion. Piranha. Sailfish. Goblin sharks. Narwhal. Weedy sea dragon. Piranha. Their strong jaws hold sharp triangular teeth that meet in a scissor-like bite. Right whale. They are baleen whales with bow-shaped lower jaw and a head that is up to 1/4 of the body length. They measure up to 18 meters in length. Sperm whale. They have the largest brain of any living animal. The longest recorded dive for a sperm whale was in excess of 2 hours. Sawfish. They prefer shallow coastal waters and even swim in freshwater river systems. Sawfish eat fish and crustaceans. The saw is key to catching and killing prey, in addition to its use as a weapon or digging tool. The saw or the rostrum has small pores that can detect electric fields produced by prey. Sea turtle. Unlike other turtles, sea turtles cannot retract their flippers and head into their shells. Their streamlined shells and large paddle-shaped flippers make them very agile and graceful swimmers. In the water, their rear flippers are used as rudders for steering. The 7 existing species of sea turtles are the flatback, green, hawksbill, leatherback, loggerhead, Kemp's Ridley and olive ridley sea turtles. Female sea turtles only come to shore every couple of years to lay eggs. Leatherback turtle. It is the largest of all living turtles and the heaviest non-crocodilian reptile. Reaching lengths of up to 1.8 meters, which is nearly 6 feet, weighing 500 kilograms. They are easy to recognize. Instead of having a bony shell, their carapace is covered by oily flesh and flexible leather-like skin. Kemp's Ridley sea turtle. It has a triangular shaped head with a slightly hooked beak. Adults are generally a greyish-green colour on top with a pale yellowish bottom shell. Kemp's Ridley hatchling. They reach maturity between 7 and 15 years of age. Each of the front flippers has 1 claw, while the back flippers may have 1 or 2. Olive Ridley sea turtle. It has a slightly slimmer carapace than the Kemp's Ridley sea turtle. It is the second smallest sea turtle and the most abundant one. Red-eared slider turtle. They have poor hearing but good vision and are very sensitive to vibrations. When startled or threatened, they will quickly slide off rocks or logs back into the water. Hawksbill sea turtle. They have a narrow pointed beak which gives them their name. They also have a distinctive pattern of overlapping scales on their shells that form a serrated look on the edges. They are found in the world's tropical oceans and predominantly in coral reefs. They feed mainly on sponges by using their narrow pointed beaks. Loggerhead sea turtle. They have large heads with powerful jaws. Their carapace is slightly heart-shaped and reddish-brown in adults and subadults. The plastron or bottom shell is generally a pale yellowish colour. Whale shark. It is a slow-moving, filter-feeding carpet shark and the largest known extant fish species. Whale sharks inhabit the open waters of all tropical oceans. They have very large mouths and are filter feeders, which is a feeding mode that occurs in only two other sharks, the megamouth shark and the basking shark. They feed almost exclusively on plankton and small fishes and pose no threat to humans. Unlike many other sharks, whale shark mouths are located at the front of the head rather than on the underside of the head. Right whale. They have very large sexual organs. When erect, their penis measures 4 meters or 12 feet. They have a pair of 1-ton testicles which produce about a gallon of sperm at capacity. This whale's penis is also surprisingly agile, controlled by 2 muscles anchored around the pelvis. They use their pelvis-powered prehensile penis to adapt to whatever the situation is. Arapaima. They are very aggressive, even towards their own kind. If not on the move, they may be seen resting on the bottom among plants or drifting near the surface. These sea animals really look like they're floating. I couldn't work out how to do the flapjack octopus. Please stay and watch another video with me. I love to read your comments. Thank you for watching my video. See you again soon. See you guys in my next video.